Werner Herzog's Nosferatu the Vampire is a stellar piece of filmmaking and is essential to film history. It takes the classic story of Dracula that has been adapted hundreds of times, yet stands out as one of the best because it has brought the story to life more than any other. It starts out with this dude, Jonathan Harker. John is told by this strange laughy guy that Count Dracula would like to buy a house in the city. So, John sets out to Transylvania. When John arrives and meets the vampire, surprise, surprise, he gets bit. In Nosferatu, some aspects are outstanding, yet some are lacking. How it delivers the genre, in this case Gothic horror, is done outstandingly. The Gothic elements fill every frame of the film, and every other aspect, like the slow, eerie pacing, or the pseudo-medieval set design, stems from Gothic horror. Every trademark of the genre is there, and it succeeds in making people scared while enjoying the escape to another world. The topic being vampires is also done outstandingly. It's obvious that the creators have done extensive research into the vampire and what makes them tick and how they work. The actor who plays Dracula, Klaus Kinski, perfectly executes the role of a vampire. It is by far the most convincing vampire performance I've ever seen, and you can see that he has totally embodied the mind of a vampire in the film. The plot succeeds in leaving a lasting impression. When you walk away from watching Nosferatu, there are images and story elements that may stick with you for the rest of your life. But while watching it, the moment to moment, it does feel droning, and depending on the viewer, it may get boring. This is where the film lacks. It's a balance because although it's more boring, it is able to fit more meaning. Luckily, all films vary, and people who want more meaning can choose to watch films like these, whereas others can go watch blockers. The real reason Nosferatu the Vampire is an amazing film is because it's true to the craft. Yes, maybe it succeeds in conveying its genre and subject matter and lacks a little in the plot, but that isn't what makes it a classic. It's something else, something underneath, that makes it exist past the 2 hours, something that makes it alive. And this something is Herzog's dedication to the craft. What really makes a film alive is when the creator is a master of the craft and is dedicated to making it real. Herzog has always expressed an interest to convey a deeper truth in his films.
I've been always after something like a deeper truth, an ecstatic truth. I've been after balance, after something like justice within pictures. Trying it anyways is okay, and it gives some sort of meaning to my life, and it's essential. I'm looking for what is the deepest essential that defines us as human beings.
Herzog is dedicated to finding the essential that makes us all human. With his films, he wants to connect with humans at a core level, to have a deeper truth to our nature. What makes his films alive is from his attempt to connect with humans to their core. That is the craft. Herzog has actually developed his need to capture truth by moving on to documentaries. And there's a blurry line between his current documentaries and his fiction films. At the time of making Nosferatu, Herzog had not yet begun his documentarian frenzy, yet the elements of his future films are there. He sculpts the scenes and treats the camera as an afterthought. Spielberg used a similar shooting style in Schindler's List, where he approached the film as a documentary, forgoing storyboards and actually recreating the concentration camps to the best of his ability. The scenes that stick with me the most are the scenes where Dracula bites his victims. These are by far the most jaw-dropping scenes, and Herzog makes them so amazing because he doesn't use any camera trickery. He uses the camera as a lens into the scene playing out, and what makes the scene so great is the dynamic between the two actors. If you were to see this scene on a stage, it would be just as jaw-dropping, because there is no editing or music that makes it good. It is simply an unfiltered view of the expertly crafted scene by the actors and Herzog. Herzog doesn't cut the camera for 1 minute and 50 seconds, letting us fully see the magic and the work that these actors have put into the story. It is this unfiltered view into a well-acted scene that creates a deeper truth. And this deeper truth across the whole film is what makes this adaptation feel alive and true to the craft of filmmaking. Overall, Nosferatu is a beautiful and jaw-dropping film. It has beautiful landscapes which provide breathers between the intense vampire scenes, and it fulfills the essential pillars of filmmaking outstandingly, setting it atop one of the best films of all time. Do I recommend this film? If you want to sit back, relax, and watch a fun, entertaining movie, this isn't for you. But if you want to experience an incredible journey that you'll remember for the rest of your life, it is imperative that you watch this masterpiece.